Pandemic or no pandemic, did learning stop? No. Schools all over the world moved to online learning. So what happened to teachers? Teachers constantly tried to reinvent themselves and look at better and better and better ways of imparting learning to their students. As Microsoft Teams has brought out very interesting updates, there is finally good news for teachers. I dedicate this episode of my channel Technology Traveler to the undying spirit of teachers. Welcome to episode 33, Ideal Classroom with Microsoft Teams. So this is Microsoft Teams, and here are all the teams which a teacher would have. By a team I mean for every class that she or he has, you create a team. So just click on join or create, and so it asks which type. So I'm choosing class, and I can give this team name as, let's call it, so whatever is the class, just give a name to it. I have just given a dummy name. And the team is ready. So as soon as you create that, you can add the students and teachers who belong to this class. So obviously that school would have got Microsoft Office 365, so that they would have team. And then you can just, when you click here, automatically all students in the school are there in the database. So you can just click and those students can be joined in that team. In this way, you can join students one by one in that team. Students or teachers. I'm skipping this for now. As soon as your class is made, the first thing that you do after adding the students and teachers is add channels. So you just go to these three dots and it says add channel. Now what is channel? For every chapter or unit that you have, you create a channel. So let's say I have unit 1, numbers. Just click add. Immediately a channel is created. Just go back to more options and create a channel. Unit 2, equations. So in this manner, for every unit that you have, you can create channels for each and every chapter or unit. There is a little bit of preparation which has to be done beforehand, and once the preparation for that class is done, you are set, not only for this year but also for the next year, because once your class is created and you want to create a class the next year, you can just make a copy of that and keep what you want and change what you want. So once you've made all the channels for each and every unit, you will find that for each, once you enter any channel, you find posts, files and notes. Under posts, whatever conversation is done regarding this chapter, you just click on new conversation, and you can start a conversation by just randomly, giving a message which is pertaining to this unit. In this unit, you must look at the past papers. Supposing you just want to give a general post, or if you want it to be directed to a particular person, you use the @ sign. Now that's about the posts. So whatever conversation students and teachers have had with each other or between themselves will be saved within each channel, which means specific to each chapter. That conversation would be saved for later reference. Next we come to file. If you have any resource, there are two ways that teachers make resource. Either they create or they curate. So if they create, it's their own work. Like if they have created a worksheet or a presentation, they can just upload that. Or if they have combined some resources from different parts from the net or from some other members, whether it is a created or a curated resource, just click on upload and there you have the file or folder. You can browse and just select. So you can see that the file is uploaded. Students can download the file once they get into Teams, or they can view it even within the team. Next is notes. So when we click on notes, if you click on start collaborating, whatever note a teacher writes here automatically goes into the collaboration section of the OneNote notebook. What is a OneNote notebook? Within every team, we are also provided a OneNote notebook which has 3 parts: a content, collaboration and private part. As you can see, these are some examples of different channels within that same class, and this is a notebook. The notebook can be opened either in the browser, or it can also be opened as a desktop app. So if I just open it in the browser, there is a content section, there is a collaboration section, and there is a teacher only section. So the teacher can see every child's work, but the child can only see their own work. So the notebook is private to each child, but the teacher can see everyone's work, and then he or she can also grade them or provide audio, video and textual feedback. Now getting back to team, you've created your channels and you've got your notebook. What else? You can upload class materials and everything. The best part is if you click on these tabs. So left side are your channels, which are for every chapter or unit. I would suggest create a channel so that every conversation and resource is saved within that channel. That makes it very easy for the teacher as well as the students. Teachers are seeing a complete upward improvement in grades with implementation of Microsoft Teams. Next, if we come to the plus sign, just click on plus. On the top, you can keep adding tabs. There are several tabs, Flipgrid and Quizlet and God knows what all. You can just click on any software tab that you wish to add within your team and then start using it. But I would say the first and foremost, most important one is the one which is a task by planner one. So if you click this and make sure you've posted to the channel about the tab, and I'm calling it a student tracker. This is very, very important. So teachers can now track their students. So the student tracker is right here. Now what happens in the student tracker is that it says add new bucket. What is it that you want to track your students for? Do you want to track them for homework, or there is some project work, or there is some internal assessment, or whatever? So let's make buckets for each of the things we want to track them. Let's say I want to track them for homework. And then I'll add a new bucket, and this time I will say let's say internal assessment. So there is a bucket for internal assessment, and if you have a bucket that you don't need or you've made by mistake, you just click on the dots and delete it. So I've made a bucket internal assessment. I'm going to add another bucket and I'm going to call it class assignments. Okay, assignments. Now within each bucket you can add tasks. Let's say this internal assessment is made up of many sections, maybe criteria A, B, C, D. You want them to complete all those things. So you just within the bucket, you just write down criteria A, who you want to assign this task to. Here you can select each and every student of your class. So they will, on their teams, they will get a reminder when the deadline is due or how many days it is due. So we've added all the tasks. Now you can go into each task and you can make some further settings by clicking on the 3 dots. You want to assign the task or copy the task or give a different label for each. Okay, so I'm just going to go into the criteria to this task, and I'm going to select some notes. I'm going to select when they should start it, what's the priority, like I'm saying that this is urgent or important or medium or low. So I'm saying that this is important and I want them to start anytime, or is it that I want them to start tomorrow and finish it when they should finish it. So the start time and the end time you can decide. So let's say I want them to finish it in June by 9th, and what is it which is very important that I can write over here: ensure you have collected all information, all raw data or something, whatever you want is important information they must know. Not only that, you can include a checklist if you have created a Word file or something, you can add that, or some exemplar, you can add that as an attachment here. So when everything is done, these are the criterias under the bucket of internal assessment. So you can set due dates and automatically students are going to get reminders. Now what is the most crucial part with every teacher? The timetable. Now with this online format, just go on the calendar in your Teams. On the left side there is a calendar. Set your calendar once by clicking on new meeting, and then you can just write down whatever you're teaching. So let's say if it is math lesson, required attendees, automatically all the people in this team will be there. But if you think that you want to invite the principal or some other teacher, somebody, you can click on optional and write their email, so they will also get an invite. Then you can fill this up only once, and you can fill up the date, time and everything. And if you click on weekly or monthly, so you have to set this timetable only once, automatically Outlook will be booked accordingly. So just as students in a normal school environment just walk into the class when it is the lesson time, similarly every time when it is their lesson time, they will enter the team and be part of your class. Now a very interesting update which has come up now with Microsoft Teams is that as soon as you want to start your class, you click on Meet. So when you click on Meet, give a name to your lesson. Let's say this is mathematics lesson, and make sure the computer audio is on. You might want to at some point share something, maybe a YouTube video or something. Now anyway, so for now my camera is off. If I keep my camera on, I will also be on, and I click join now. So you can invite people to join you just by copying the meeting link. You can just copy this meeting link and you can send it on Outlook, or you can just add participants. When you add participants, they can be invited from here, all the people in the team, or you just start the team automatically. All the children in the class will hear in the correct time. Now here is the update by Microsoft Teams. The sharing tray has changed. So over here where you see the share content, the sharing tray which used to be down has now come up. So now when you click on share, you can either click on share screen, or you can just click on share window. So if you click on share window, all the windows which are open in your computer right now, you can just directly share that. Or if you click share screen, then anything on your computer you can browse and open, and it can be shared. Make sure that this toggle is on, so that if you need to share a YouTube video or something, or play some sound that from your computer, it will show. So this is a very interesting update that you can directly, even if there's PowerPoint live, so even if you don't have your PowerPoint within this team, suppose you have a PowerPoint anywhere on the computer and it's recently opened, all those will be shown here, or you can browse and directly open, share the content with the classroom. Now the other update is, if you click on the three dots, I have not invited anyone in my class as of now. I haven't added. Once you add people, you can click on the together mode, and it just makes the whole classroom come to life. Here is the start recording. This feature was there earlier. But the best part is that the recording will now show within the channel. So each class recording will show within each chapter or each unit or each channel. So it's very easy to trace and track what had happened in the class. So if a child missed any section, they can always refer back. The other interesting update by teens is the breakout rooms. So you want children to brainstorm in small groups. So you can just click on the breakout room option. You can choose the number of rooms you want. Suppose, and you can have up till 50 rooms. So supposing I say that I want 3 rooms, I can choose whether those people should be assigned automatically or manually. And the best part is that not only can you rename the rooms, you can also set the rooms. There are options here: rename the room, delete the room. Let's say if I'm running 3 different quizzes in 3 rooms. So I have quiz 1 in the first room. So I have renamed that room as quiz 1. Similarly for the other rooms. And I can assign participants to go and join a particular room, and I can go into the settings of the room and I can choose a time limit. So if I click this toggle, I can choose that for how long do I want them in the breakout room, after which they can come back to the main session. This is a very interesting and very useful update. You can also join the rooms to see what are they doing, to join their sessions, how are they brainstorming. And last but not the least, just below the share tray, you will also find Microsoft Whiteboard. So when you click on this Microsoft Whiteboard, it will ask you, do you wish to present or collaborate? If I choose on collaborate, then look what happens. Let's say if you're brainstorming something, everybody at the same time can just come up, just the way you have Padlets. They can have post-its and they can put up their views. Let's say this is student 1 and student 1 is putting up their view or solution or something. Then there is another student. So they just choose different colors, and student 2 is posting their solution. And the whiteboard very interesting for brainstorming. You've taught your class. When you leave your class within the channel, automatically, without doing anything, you find an attendance report. Gone are the days and times when students can drop off your class. Here, this attendance report can be opened on Excel, and it shows you the actual attendance report of all those who were in your class. With each passing day, technology empowers us more and more. For more tech updates, stay tuned and subscribe to my channel, Technology Traveler. See you soon.